Okay, here's how we built these custom floating shelves for our kitchen for under $100. They've held up, quite literally, no pun intended, for years. They're solid and they have completely transformed our kitchen. If you've ever thought about ditching your upper cabinets and building your own custom floating shelves, this is everything that you need to know. Materials, the build process, the lessons learned. So let's jump right in. We started by ripping out this upper lonely cabinet that was sitting here between these two windows. And that alone made this kitchen feel a lot bigger and less like a production build, which this house absolutely is. Never one to waste a perfectly good cabinet. I actually pulled it out and installed it in my garage to hide and to hold some tools. So with the cabinet gone, we had some cleanup to do. I took a bit of drywall repair and some touch-up paint, but once that was done, I was ready to plan and start building out these shelves. And like all projects, we did some quick buy versus build research. There were lots of nice floating shelves out there, from IKEA to Etsy, but nothing sort of came in the exact size that we needed, and they weren't maybe strong enough to hold hundreds of pounds of stuff, so we decided that we were gonna build our own. So I went to Home Depot and I grabbed 2x2s for the internal structure, which is basically a hidden frame that gets lag bolted straight against the wall into the studs. And that's what gives the shelves their floating look. There's no brackets or supports. This will be different for you, but for us, each shelf is about 9 3/4 inch deep, 49.5 inches wide, and about 2 inches tall, just enough to look substantial without it sticking out into our space too far. And the key to strength here is these lag bolts. I used 4-inch lag bolts right through that backing board, that 2x2, into every single stud along this wall. And before I lag bolted those in, I added perpendicular supports. I called them ribs. And I glued and I screwed those into that backing board, that 2x2 support. It's not fancy, but it's rock solid. And you could also just build a 2x2 rectangle with a few support braces to brace that up, using triangles or just perpendicular supports. Once the frame was up, I tested it, and by tested, I mean I stuck a board on top of them and I started stacking hundreds of pounds of weights just to make sure that it could hold everything. Once I was sure that it could hold 100 pounds or more with no movement, no sagging, I figured we were good to go. So for the outer shell here, I coated these using some 1/4-inch maple plywood for the top, the bottom, the front, and the sides. And then I used brad nails, some wood glue, and some wood filler to smooth everything out and to secure it all up. Then we sanded it down and stained it to match the rest of our kitchen and our house. The stain was about $13, but it was totally worth it. If you're keeping track, that brings the total cost of this project to about $91, which is not bad for shelves that look like they came out of like a custom home. They look great. Once the shelves were up, we tiled with this backsplash subway tile between each shelf, spacing it so that we didn't have to make any horizontal cuts. So I kind of measured it and said, I think I need about 6 rows between each of these. That made a super clean and professional look for this finish. We've since added LED lights under the shelves and under our cabinets, and then we've added some mugs with these gold hooks underneath with our initials on them so that everyone has their own mug and they know what glass is theirs, and that way we don't have a ton of cups sitting around the house, and it makes it functional and beautiful. Now, if you're wondering why we did this in the first place, it's simple. Our house is a builder grade house. It's as builder production build as they come, but we wanted it to feel more custom without spending a fortune. My wife Danielle had the idea. She looked at the cabinet and said, what if that was gone? What if those were some floating shelves? And I just pulled out my tools. I ripped down that cabinet the exact same day. It looks way more high-end than it did before. Now, it's been a few years and these shelves still hold up great, both literally and visually. And if you're thinking about tackling something like this, don't overthink it. Just do it. Just grab that cabinet, rip it off the wall, grab some 2x2 supports, build a frame, coat it with some beautiful maple, stain it, sand it. It looks great. If you're into more of these DIY budget-friendly projects, hit that like button, subscribe, and we would love to see you in the next project. Thanks for watching.